Back here on grandstand court. Sorry. Referee Vicky Ryan giving me some information in the middle of the so us coming in. Back on grandstand court here in Atlanta. We have a semifinal matchup in the Challenger division between the New Jersey Fives and the Las Vegas Night Owls. We're going to start off with men's doubles here. It'll be Stefan Avern and John Sincola for the New Jersey Fives, and Yates Johnson and Spencer Smith for the Las Vegas Night Owls. Brandon Insekpong joining me in the booth.
Chad, glad to be here. This is an exciting one here.
Oh, that one sat on the net and dribbled back toward Johnson.
Yeah, I got a chance to watch the New Jersey Fives against the California BLQK Bears, and they played an incredible match, winning 3-1. And a lot of that was present with Avern just slapping overheads.
Avern gets big right there in the middle. Avern and Sincola actually playing together a couple of weeks ago up in Chicago on the APP, winning a gold there. So there's some familiarity between those two.
Yeah, they've been clicking lately, and they also reside in the same city, Austin, Texas, so a lot of practice, a lot of fine-tuning going on.
That's a good ball there from Smith, getting that one down. Sincola just floating that one. Not a tough ball there for Smith.
Yeah, Smith with a great third. It was so high that Sincola thought it was going to come deeper than it would.
Smith rushing through, popping that one up. Big finish from Sincola. Ooh. Caught that one a little late.
Yeah, they are bringing the pace over there, Avern and Sincola, and they're comfortable with their hand speed to handle whatever comes back. Referee slowing things down a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely a fast-paced tempo coming for the New Jersey Fives. Las Vegas Night Owls trying to just survive right now and slow things down. You're not gonna do it with that one though.
Yeah, that one's tough. And look, this is their first match of the day. Right? They've earned themselves a spot in the semis, and so they're kind of waiting here.
That's a good counter there from Smith. Yeah, definitely tough coming out against a team that's already played today. That little bit of a feeling out process. And a big overhead finish there from Avern.
Yeah, he gets so much whip on that type of ball. And I think they're going to change balls here because it's not round anymore there, Chad.
It is getting a little bit warmer here in Atlanta. Those balls that they have been sitting out in the sun at all, getting a little bit softer. And just a little too big of a swing there from Johnson.
It was a big wind-up. I was wondering if he's going to use some deception with that, but decided to go through the middle. Sincola and Avern leave that to go long.
So the Fives up by 4, leading this one 8-4. A little freebie back there with the missed return. Or miss serve, I should say. Couple of balls Smith's missed into the net there.
Yeah, he'll have to get it dialed in so that Johnson can have some room to roam here. I think that'll be the key. If Johnson can start inserting himself, he's got incredible offense off the bounce from backhand and forehand.
And that one just drops inside the baseline. A little bit heavier topspin than Vern was expecting.
Yeah, Johnson's drives maybe let go out, not Spencer Smith's drives.
Ooh, big Ernie there from Stefan Vern.
I mean, he hits one of the hardest Ernies on that right side, being a left-handed player. I think maybe Tyler Lunad's the other one, but the anticipation is incredible.
Good ball movement there. So going into the end change, the New Jersey Fives up by 4, leading this one 11-7. Brandon, the Fives definitely coming out, putting the pressure on, speeding those balls up, high intensity, high paced matchup. What do the Las Vegas Night Owls need to do here just to kind of slow things down a little bit?
I think they need to find a strategy at this point. Right now, they've kind of come into this game. We mentioned that this is their first match of the day. They've been waiting for the semifinals, watching, assumed that they had some type of warm-up, but it seems like they're not really sure what they want to do to stifle what's happening on the other side with the New Jersey Fives. And Sincola and Avern, you mentioned they won a gold medal a couple weeks ago. They're clicking. They're confident. When you have a team like that, I think for the Night Owls, using Johnson's ability to create from multiple sides of the court is going to be important. Spencer Smith, notorious for being able to reset, super consistent player. They may need to play the long game here to see if they create some opportunities.
So see if the Night Owls can close this deficit here. Yeah, that was trouble. Once Avern went for that one and wasn't able to reach it, a little I formation.
Yeah, it's good focus by Johnson because it's a big man in front of you there.
That one sailing just deep. A little too much elevation there from Smith. Oh, that one's tough. The Night Owls got pushed all the way back to the baseline. A little friendly roll there off the net for Sincola.
Johnson called it as early as he could, but Smith just could not get there with the foot speed, and that ball just trickled over.
Just too much New Jersey Fives right now as they go up by 6.
Great speed up by Sincola, was able to handle the counter, and they're rolling right now with a 6-point lead here on the Night Owls.
Now we get a timeout coming from the Night Owls. And like you said, Brandon, it just doesn't look like there's any sync right now between Johnson and Smith. It's kind of a little bit all over the place. They're not sure if they want to speed up, reset, move the ball around.
And sometimes, you know, this format is obviously rally scoring. Sometimes when it's not rally scoring, you could lose the first game 2 out of 3, kind of get your bearings in the second game. We don't have that opportunity here. So for the Night Owls, they've got to quickly find a way to adjust to what's happening. And I think part of it is, we mentioned it, they're just getting bum rushed by a team that's fresh from playing another match, and they're ready to go and locked in.
So Stefan Avern to serve for the fives. That's a good spot there from Johnson, going right hip on Avern.
Yeah, the first time Avern was able to slide right a little bit. The second time Johnson moved it a little bit more.
Well, a couple of quick points back for the Las Vegas Night Owls, the Las Vegas Fight Owls. That's the
Las New Jersey's tongue twister.
Good scramble there from Johnson, but missing that one into the net.
Yeah, it was great defense, and then good pressure by the fives.
Wow.
And you could see Johnson and Smith kind of pause once that ball got high, just realizing that when Stefan Avern gets a ball like that, it's usually not coming back, Chad.
On that one, certainly did not. Little short into the net there from Cirkul, but the five still holding on to a 5-point lead here. That's a good counter there from Johnson.
Oh, that's a tough miss there from Johnson, as every point here seems to be at a premium down the stretch.
You think that's the right ball there for the speed up?
No, I don't. I think Johnson predetermined that he wanted to speed a ball up, and then Cirkul actually put a ball that didn't bounce as high as Johnson was expecting.
Vern getting caught in that. You know, there's no traditional no man's land in pickleball, but I'd probably say 1 foot inside the baseline is a no-no zone.
Probably the closest spot, I would say, for sure.
That's exactly where Vern got caught right there. And just a little too big from Spencer Smith.
Yeah, Smith was all over it. I think he hesitated partially thinking that ball could be out, end up not making that back into the court.
That's a better exchange there for the Night Owls.
Yeah, and if they're going to make a run, it needs to happen somewhere around here.
And with that, Ernie right there brings up game point for the New Jersey Fives.
Yeah, Vern just does a good job of not going too early, and as soon as that ball left the paddle of Smith,
a good reach-in flick there from Smith.
yeah, he was more patient on that point and then put it in the right spot where Cirkul couldn't come up with the counter.
Another good exchange for the Night Owls.
Yeah, great firefight all around. Smith able to come out on top of this one as he covered a lot of court there.
And once again, Auvergne getting a ball up. Very tough to get those ones back. And gives another game point here for the Fives. Oh.
And just incredible defenses. That ball stays in from Auvergne. Wow.
It's a situation where a mishit kind of helps her right there. If Auvergne catches that one cleanly, probably not going to stay in, but an impressive start here for New Jersey Fives. Taking this one 21-16, going up 1-0.
They kept their foot on the gas the entire game, and really it looked like the Las Vegas Night Owls needed to catch their breath, and they just were never able to. Never able to get comfortable in that game.
So we have the women out on the court warming up now. We have Shelby Bates and Allie Phillips for New Jersey Fives. And we've got Emily Ackman and Susanna Barr for the Night Owls. Brendan, what are you looking for out of these pairings right here, firstly for the Fives?
Well, this is going to be pretty interesting. Listen, all the matchups are interesting to say the least, but in this one particularly because for the Fives, you started off hot. The men came out, they carried over the momentum from beating the California Bears earlier. The ladies will have to continue so that they don't lose that momentum. And then conversely, for the Night Owls, they saw that, hey, look, the men really got bum rushed in this first game. They weren't able to get set, catch their breath. We watched that from the sideline. We know mentally going into this that this is a crucial game to win. Is I think expecting to get both of the mixed matchups when the Fives are playing this well is maybe biting off more that they can choose. So this game in particular is an important one for the Night Owls.
Yeah, definitely the Night Owls looking to go into mixed doubles, split at 1 apiece. It'll be a pretty good matchup here with Ackman and Barr, fairly familiar with each other. Played against each other on the APP tour quite frequently.
Yeah, and tactically, I had a chance to watch Allie Phillips and Shelby Bates in their previous matchup, and Allie Phillips was really taking a lot of court. She's feeling comfortable. She was dictating the pace of play. It'll be interesting to see that combination with Susanna Barr, who is one of the most stable females in all of pickleball and is also extremely good at the IQ portion of the game, able to move around her dinks, disguise things well. We'll probably see at least 1 or 2 lobs from Susanna Barr. And so that'll be interesting to see how she's able to use that to her advantage on their side. Hard to say who to give the edge to in this matchup.
Yeah, it's can definitely say that Susanna Barr is going to throw up a couple of lobs. Knowing her game style, she's probably going to get a couple of net rollers as well.
That is true. We'll have to set a couple over-unders. So we'll set the over-under on the lobs. I'm going to set it at 2.
Okay.
You're going to take that?
I'll take that. I'll go the over.
You go the over,
yep.
And then for net balls generated for Susanna Barr, I'm going to set that at 2 as well.
Okay, I'll take the over on that one. I'm going the double overs.
Okay. You heard it first. Place your bets right now.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to work with both Allison Phillips and Emily Ackman as part of the Next Gen national team. 2 fantastic young ladies. Phillips with a ton of power. Like I said, she'd been dealing with a little bit of a hip flexor issue, but she's feeling good. Moving back around the court. Then Emily Ackman, an extensive tennis background, playing collegiately.
And I believe this is, for Phillips, this is her first Major League Pickleball
This is
event.
her first MLP. Emily Ackman and Susanna Barr, familiar after playing together in Chicago Slice in season 1. And they, of course, came away with a challenger level championship after San Clemente.
We got some chaos early where both players for the fives switched positions there as Allie Phillips came across.
That ball just a little deep there from Bates.
Good start so far here for the Night Owls.
That ball just wide as well.
Bates looking to try to force a little bit much there. Susanna Barr not one to come in and poach, so no need to put as much. And then she comes in screaming in on that one. Susanna putting the pressure on Bates, so maybe tactically making some adjustments here.
All right, a little bit of power in those ones from both Phillips and Bates.
That's incredible defense from Barr and Ackerman, but Bates and Phillips just too much pace.
That one left just a little bit short there from Bates.
Yeah, the tough part about rally scoring is both of those last 2 rallies count the same.
Ackerman pushing that one deep.
Is that an ace?
Did that not hit the net?
It looked like it clipped the net potentially. If it didn't, that's classified as an ace there. Wow.
Guess it didn't hit the net. Of course, the reason why we're saying did it hit the net or not, we're playing PPA rules here as far as if the ball hits the net and goes in, it is a let.
The net counter for Barr is at 1, so your money might be pretty good down the line.
And Barr actually a little early on that one. Phillips not getting as much on the backhand, but a good job getting on top of it.
Good pressure. Barr started it off with a nice forehand drive off the bounce. And the fives just couldn't make their way to the kitchen.
Yikes. Big angle there from Bates to finish that one.
I mean, that was a sharp angle. High risk, high reward right there from Bates.
Well, she's never been one to shy away for going big or going home. And a good ball there from Ackerman, jamming up Bates right in the middle of the body.
And the Night Owls have an opportunity here to try and pull away even more.
That would be 2.
That's well, I guess I should have said it at 2.5, right? Because 2, you don't get your money yet.
We got a whole lot of game to go, though.
That's a great third from Ackerman. Phillips tried to close the gap, but that ball had just too much dip on it.
That's an excellent step over there from Phillips to finish that one.
And I think Barr was a little bit shocked that Phillips was able to reach in and get this ball. Caught her off guard.
That one goes into the net from Bates. So almost flipping the script here in women's doubles with the Vegas Night Owls going up 11-6 at the end change and looking relatively under control here in this women's doubles matchup.
Yeah, the Night Owls look like they're playing as if they're the desperate team right now. They need this. They have to have this game. And the Fives are playing a little bit tight. Listen, they got the first game. The men played well, and I think some of that pressure of having to go out there and get this one as well is starting to weigh on them. They've got to understand this is a long match, right? This is the first one to 4 or first one to 3. They have to go out there and play their game regardless. The last thing they want to do is have a wide margin and then give the momentum to the other team, to the Night Owls, going into the first mixed matchup, if that's the way it goes.
So Ackerman to serve as the Night Owls look to extend their lead. That's a missed return there, so another free point.
Not the way the Fives want to come out of the timeout here.
Ooh, that is a big backhand there from Bates.
Yeah, she stayed patient and held for the opportunity. Bates is a fiery player, as we mentioned before. She needs that energy to get her game going. Let's see if she can do it here. Now that is a sick play there by Ackerman. To be able to have a two-hand backhand taking it out of the air that low down the line, yeah, that's special.
Excellent defense there from the Fives. Ackerman under control.
Yeah, you typically don't see Barb miss dink like that. A little uncharacteristic on her side.
Oh, another miss serve. Miss serves, miss returns. Tough. Oh, we got the crowd throwing it up to say challenge it.
Yeah, and I think the Fives will use their challenge here after consulting the crowd and their team as well.
Yeah, we've got some Fives fans sitting over in the shade right in line with the baseline. They threw up their hands.
Well, listen, you can't take the challenges home with you, so you might as well use them. That call, you know, looks pretty obvious on my end. That's a little bit out.
I think we can see some space between the ball and the line.
Yeah, we talk about the 2 over-unders that we have, right? We say net chords for Susanna Barr. She's right at 2. The line was set at 2, really at 2.5. But the other one, the lobs.
We haven't seen any lobs coming out of it. We haven't seen any
lobs. I'm curious on the strategy portion for her, why she hasn't used that yet. I mean, they're up by 6, so we can say that, hey, it's been working what we've been doing. Why? No need to change.
Yeah, no need to change right there. And she hasn't been getting a whole lot of balls either. Ackerman's kind of been the dominant target for the Fives. Doing a good job controlling the point, moving the ball around.
Yeah, I think for the Fives here, they've, you know, we mentioned it. You're down 6. You already have one game in your pocket, but you've got to do everything you can here to make this a game.
The crowd is out there and they're waving their fingers. No, you got that call wrong. Oh, on the video replay, it was out. No question on that one, though. That ball's a little wide there from Blanc.
Bates lets everyone know that that's for sure out.
And that serves wide as well. So exchanging out balls right now. Quite a few free points being given away with missed serves, missed returns. Well, that one just catches the line.
Yeah, that one's a good ball by Bates, but we are still on, as you mentioned, Chad, kind of a roller coaster here with errors to winners on the 5 side.
That one sitting up just a little high from Phillips. Good ball from Ackerman going right into the right hip of Shelby Bates as she tries to transition forward.
Oh, that was just some awesome play from both sides, but Ackerman just barely missed the last volley. Chad, I call that an emotional miss. She wanted to put that away.
Just got a little too extended on that one. Fully outstretched. Oh, a flying Phillips. Couldn't put that one away, though. Misses into the bottom of the net.
Exactly what you just said. A little too overstretched outside. Phillips with the same mistake there, but can't fault the effort.
And a good pressure dinks there from Ackerman. Extends the lead to 7 for the Night Owls, and I'm quickly running out of time to get that third net roller from Susanna Barr.
Yeah, I mean, look, 2 straight errors there from Phillips draws the timeout from their team. We mentioned in the men's matchup, the Night Owls never really had a rhythm. You weren't sure. You couldn't see what the strategy was. That's what we're seeing from the 5s.
It feels the same for the 5s on this women's one. Just a little helter-skelter, little all over the place. Can't really find that rhythm. They're not sure about speeding it up, moving the ball around.
And this is a situation where we've got to rely on the bench. The bench has to provide some order. Hey, here's the direction that we kind of want you to go based on what we're seeing.
A big overhead finish there for Phillips.
The 5 still with some work to do here, but only down 6.
Slick there from Susanna Barr, sliding that one down the line behind Phillips.
And Phillips handled the first misdirection, but not the second one from Barr. Beautiful play.
And Phillips just rushed that one a little bit, jumped out at it.
Yeah, I don't hate the decision, but with Susanna Barr there stepping back, I think Phillips wanted it to be low.
So it brings up game point for the Night Owls. And there it is. Night Owls taking this one 21-12. And we split gender doubles 1-1.
Yeah, we talked about Allie Phillips being the one player on the court with this being her first Major League Pickleball experience. You've played well. Now you're in the semifinals. The stakes are high. And we saw that down the stretch of that game, 4 to 5 consecutive errors. The Night Owls were targeting it. They noticed that. They realized that. And really that made the difference in the game with this 9-point win.
So we're going to take a little bit of a break here while we figure out our mixed doubles pairings, and we'll return with more action here from MLP by Margaritaville and Lifetime Fitness. Peachtree Corners, Atlanta, Georgia, right after this. And we're ready for our first mixed doubles matchup here with Stefan Avern and Shelby Bates going for the New Jersey Fives. And Spencer Smith and Susanna Bug going for the Las Vegas Night Owls. And that one's just a little wide there from Bar. Tried to do a little too much.
Yeah, she's going to feel the pressure there from Avern, and it'll be important for her to redirect that ball behind him as she tried to do there.
A tough ball there for Avern to pick up.
Good slide by Bates on the initial ball, but gave too much opportunity there, too much meat on the bone for Spencer Smith.
And Bates missing another return there, giving away free point. And just a little too much there from Bates. Smith again blasting one past Avern.
Yeah, Bates is going to have to be careful about speeding up too low cross court. Oh, and that return almost clips Avern's head from Bates.
Well, a put away there for Bates with the Ernie.
You know, maybe that's something that gets her going. That's a huge Ernie attempt from her.
Vern missing that one in the net.
Yeah, it looked like he was expecting a ball with a little more depth, and then it was short, and he still stuck with his original plan of attacking.
That one's out. So a couple of errors creeping into this one for the Fives. Night Owls opening up a 4-point lead.
Yeah, and the star of this right now has to be, Susanna Barr. She played extremely well in the women's doubles. She's come out here, great third, setting up Spencer Smith, and they've got a 5-point lead early.
That one catches the net and goes wide.
Fives seem to be pressing a little bit too much here. As you can see, Avern steps all the way over. Unfortunate, it clips the tape and goes wide. I think this timeout makes complete sense for the Fives. You don't want to let the bleeding go too far here early in this matchup.
So the Fives looking to regroup here. And like you said, they're trying to do just a little too much, trying to end that point quickly. Not on the right balls. And Barr and Smith are able to move them around a little bit as well, create some openings, create some holes.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that the Fives, this is their clear 1A team that they sent out. And I think for the Night Owls, it could be a push, either one, unless you say, Susanna Barr is taking over. Maybe she's the 1A team. The Fives need this one. Oh, wow.
That one clipping the net cord, just hovering there for a second.
2 inches off there for Smith.
Bates getting fired up.
Yeah, big play in the middle from her, and she stuck with it and ends up tagging Spencer Smith.
Smith giving one back, going right into the hip of Bates.
Smith starting to chirp a little bit too. Stakes pretty high here.
Yikes. Just a little too much of an open face paddle there for Smith.
Yeah, didn't land inside the kitchen, and Avern had everything he wanted. I think there was some confusion there with Avern and Bates on that ball.
So Las Vegas back out by 6. 1 point away from the end change. And that ball lands just in. Avern coming over, getting big right here, but cannot do anything with it. Leaves a wide open court.
That's a tough ball from Smith to be able to redirect inside the court right there. But Avern trying to cover a lot of court, trying to impose his will. The challenge will be understanding how much of that makes sense, and then the ROI of it. Are they accumulating enough points from the aggression, or should we dial it back?
So I'm just watching the replay of that last ball here on the video referee's screen. Definitely in. Yeah, the Fives need to find some sort of rhythm here to counteract this run from Barr and Smith. And a few too many unforced errors creeping in.
Yeah, and on that note, we've got a missed return here from Bates. Not what they needed after the timeout.
A good deep return there from Avern. Pushes Barr back from the baseline. Oh, that one catches the net and lands in.
Yeah, it looked like she had the right, Bar had the right angle on that initially, but clipping the tape, Avern thought it was going long, bounces in.
Again, another ball from Bates, just getting a little too elevated, and a good speed up there from Spencer Smith to start that exchange.
Oh, Smith went for it all on that forehand down the line. Just misses. Ball back to the fives.
I think Bar thought she'd snuck that one through. Avern with a quick starter step. Big forehand back into the middle.
Yeah, second guessed it and got caught with a high ball. Some crazy resets and hand speed from Avern. Most players would back up in that situation. Watch him as he just inches forward. Wow, great play. The celebrations of Bates are just amazing, aren't they? It's like on your toes, backwards, almost.
Oh, Bar just getting a little too big there on that one. Yeah, it's the come on with the hip thrust up.
Momentum slowly swinging in favor of the fives here.
Oh, that one landed in. It's a big swing from Bates, somehow managing to get on top of it enough. Now we're back within 3. A good reach in there from Smith.
That's just pretty clean play there from the fives, as it looked like Stefan Avern was out of position. Bates comes in, bails him out, and then Avern puts it away.
Uh-oh, don't look now, but the New Jersey Fives making a comeback. Back within 2.
Surprised we have not seen a timeout from the Night Owls.
We'll make it 1. Again, Avern stepping into danger, trusting his hands.
Yeah, I think he's understanding now that my hand speed is adequate for whatever they're throwing.
And we get the timeout now from the Night Owls. We're all square at 15. A couple of errors creeping in for the Night Owls, and a little bit more pressure coming from the fives.
Yeah, I mean, the fives have ramped up their energy. A couple really good plays. I think some of that was sparked by the defense and hand speed by Avern at the kitchen line. Incredible play. But look, for the Night Owls, you know, this is on the bench as well. We can't let a lead go from 8 points and a team scores, you know, 7 or 8 straight before we call a timeout. We've got to save our people on the court and find a way. Now they're getting back into this after timeout with a tie ball game. So it'll be interesting to see how they navigate through that.
Looks like we're going to make a little camera adjustment here for replay camera. And a missed serve coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate there for the fives.
2 quick errors.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind a quick timeout here for the Fives if they end up losing this point.
Well, with an overhead like that from Avern, no danger there in losing that one.
Oh, and a big serve by Avern, and Barr with a couple uncharacteristic misses down the stretch.
Tough there from Avern, trying to come over, get big.
Yeah, I think the ball before he saw an opportunity didn't take it, and then that forced him to take the next opportunity even when it wasn't there.
Bates leaving really early on that Ernie.
They are really shrinking the court right now for the Night Owls.
I'd like to see Night Owls potentially go back behind Avern a couple of times. I mean, trying to go at Bates, but a good ball there from Smith. Now we get a timeout coming. Nope. Don't have.
No, I think
don't
they
have a
canceled it
timeout.
out. Yeah, Avern mentioned it, then canceled it out.
Oh, it caught as she was getting out of the way, spun around, and somehow it hit a hand.
Yeah, Barr was turning around to see how far that ball was going to be out and surprised.
She actually turned into it. Well, Smith tried to go back behind Avern right there, but pulled it a little too far. And now it is game point for the New Jersey Fives after looking completely out of this one at the end change. Oh, pressure.
Oh, that point was starting off well for the Fives there, but the Night Owls handled the pressure. And we've got a tie ball game here.
Yeah, trouble. Avern again coming over all the way in that left side of the court. Bates almost off the court.
Yeah, hard to fault it. That strategy's been working the entire game, but the Night Owls have a chance to close this game out right here. And some heavy overhead volleys there. It took 3, but just crazy play there from Avern.
I mean, that's gutsy right there, too, to be swinging that big. We can see the sweat dripping off of him. Bard tries to slide that one down the line, but misses it wide. Now we're back at game point for the Fives. Oh.
And Bates with a chance to end it right there, just misses it in the net. I mean, the hip thrust we would have seen on that would have been pretty insane. The celebration would have been crazy. Oh, what a point there from both sides. And just looking at it, you can see if Avern was little bit tired at the end of the point. And instead of waiting that piece out, decided to flip it. Tough decision, 50-50 ball there.
Night Owls with a chance to take this one for the second time. But not going to happen.
And the Net Lord has one not go her way. We've got a battle here.
A good pressure dink there from Smith. Pushes Bates back.
Yeah, and just to put into context the pressure that Avern is putting on the Night Owls, he is all the way on the left side, leaving the back door open, and Spencer Smith's not even looking there right now.
So game point number 3 for the Night Owls.
Oh, and that ball called wide from Barr as they look over to their bench, and they're actually going to say that ball was in. Close, looked like a close call.
It's a big serve there from Avern. Pushes Barr back deep.
Yeah, great strategy there as he drove the first one about 40%, kept Barr in the midcourt, and then finishes cross court.
All right, I think this is game point number 4 for the Fives. Kind of lost count going back and forth between the two, and that ball somehow lands in. So if you haven't noticed yet, we got rid of the freeze to try to speed things up, and what we've seen is a lot of back and forth already the last 2 days.
Yeah, we're only at 25-25.
Still have to win on your serve. But rally scoring continues.
Yeah, that's just classic Susanna Barr. She has a dink that's a little bit high. She redirects it behind Avern and opens everything up. Spencer Smith with the put away.
Game point back on the paddle of the Night Owls. And the Night Owls finally pull this one out after an impressive comeback from the Fives. They'll go up 2-1.
That's a gutsy win for the Night Owls. I mean, look, they were up most of the game, so mentally you feel like you're getting ready to close this game out. The Fives rally back. There's momentum. There's energy on their side. Now the Night Owls aren't playing well. They had to navigate through that. Then we get extended time. It's not like we're going to 21. It's at 27 now. So for them to navigate that entire scenario, especially with the pressure that Avern was putting on them, just nice job by their team.
So Night Owls pulling out the win, 27-25, going up 2-1. It'll be Sincola and Phillips for the Fives, going up against Ackerman and Johnson for the Night Owls. Must win for the Fives. It's a win or go home situation.
Yeah, for the Fives have to unload the clip here. I mean, you don't want to take anything home with you. You want to move forward. You've got to put your best foot forward in this particular game. But I think the focus of this entire game is going to really be on Phillips.
Yeah,
you've got Ackerman and Hunter,
Yates.
And Yates Johnson. Yep. I apologize. And they've been playing well. They played together, seasoned on the tour. You've got Johnson Cola season as well. And so for Phillips, not ending that last mixed match or mass women's match well, I'll be interested to see how she bounces back here.
Like you said, Phillips, the only one on the court that doesn't have experience this MLP format. Chicken? We got food being delivered in the booth right here. Some chicken, some is that some collard greens right there? Some baked beans, a little potato salad. Yeah. That noise that you heard was Brandon throwing down his headset because he was so excited to have food right now. He completely forgot that we were still streaming and just threw the headset down. Food's definitely more important at this point.
Listen, I did not know you were going to do play-by-play of my plate, but if you want to, that is absolutely fine. I'll do the color commentary later.
Go ahead and get a few mouthfuls. Take that headset off. Get a few mouthfuls in. We're all good, right? So as we, at the last few minutes here of warm-up, just trying to look over at court 1, or championship court, where our other semi-final matchup is going on. Well, looks like we're ready to get started here. Must win for the fives.
I'm looking for Cirkul to be extremely aggressive, not only to start this game off, but throughout the entire one. They played well against the California Bears. He was really dictating a lot of pace. And it'll be up to the Night Owls, especially Ackerman, who will be targeted here from Cirkul, to really handle that pressure. Phillips just off on the counter attempt there. Oh, actually, I think it hit Yates Johnson. So that is a point there for the fives.
And a good speed up there from Cirkul.
Yeah, good job using the misdirection there as Johnson jumped to his right. Cirkul on it, but not able to convert there. Oh, it was a big forehand drive from Johnson, followed up by the two-hand backhand that just clips the tape and stays in.
Emily Ackerman keeping him in that point right there, but Cirkul crossing up Johnson.
Johnson went for the jump tweener. Not in the area on that one there. Great overall play. Oh, that's just a great return. Deep with pace and some spin.
That ball's just deep. Cirkul catching that one a little bit behind him. Yeah, just too good there from the fives, finding a way to stay in that point.
Yeah, it was good defense, and then they probe that left side there of Johnson, were able to come away with the high ball.
Again, too strong there from Cirkul. Looked like he was in trouble for a second, found his way back into the point.
He's moving extremely well laterally at the kitchen line.
A good cross-body ball there from Cirkul.
And Johnson went with the two-hand forehand there. Not able to convert, as great speed up attempt from Cirkul.
What? All right,
wow.
Again, it looks like the fives are in trouble. Somehow they find a way to get that ball back, drop it into the kitchen.
We talked about Phillips being maybe an X factor in this matchup, and she is responding well. What a dig after that high ball was put at her feet.
That one was close, but that return called out there from Yates-Johnson. Fives up by 4. Make that 5 with another missed return there, this time from Ackerman.
Night Owls seem a little out of sorts here.
And make that 6.
That's another return, so 3 straight returns. And I don't believe we have a timeout yet from the bench.
Well, in reality, you're 1 point away from a free one.
Yeah, 1 point or 7, right? Depending on which
either
team
one. Hey, if you get those 7, you didn't need that timeout.
Yeah, great play by them there. Let's see if they can continue this momentum.
Excellent job there from Cirkul, putting the pressure on Ackerman. The fives going into the end change, up 11-5. So we've had some pretty extensive leads going into the end changes, and it's traded off every single game here in this one.
It really has. I think the blueprint of what the fives did, even though they lost that previous mixed match, Avern put a lot of pressure on Susanna Barr and Spencer Smith. You're seeing that same style and strategy from Cirkul and Phillips right now. Can Johnson and Ackerman find a way, like Barr and Smith did, to really negate that pressure and find some opportunities here?
A good pressure dinks there from Sincola.
Johnson does not seem to really have his bearings yet here. Got to find it quickly as it's a 7-point lead for the Fives. That ball just out there as Sincola and Phillips had the beat on it, but not able to communicate and get that one in.
Good counter there from Emily Ackerman.
That was an extremely low two-handed counter from Ackerman, millimeters over the net.
And a good reach in, speed up there from Phillips. Heavy ball going into the body of Ackerman. Still holding on to that 6-point lead.
Oh, what a lob winner from Johnson. Wow.
Sincola tries to go up and get it, just out of reach. Lands right on the line.
And the Night Owls just can't get any rhythm going here to get to the kitchen line. Let's see if the Fives can continue to step on the gas.
Yeah, Ackerman actually turned around, said to a bench, the laziest footwork I've ever seen in my life right there. But makes up for it right there with a good speed up right in the right hip of Allie Phillips.
And as we saw from the previous mixed matchup, it only takes a couple points here and there to start building some momentum and get a run.
Another good job there from Sincola. Going after Ackerman. And not a bad idea there from Sincola to throw up the lob, but wrong side.
Yeah, Johnson saw that one coming, able to get there. Sincola actually screams out, that's so dumb. But to your point, it wasn't as bad of a decision there. Yeah, that ball looked to be just wide there for Sincola.
That's great. Hey, Dom, doesn't make a difference. Get back up at the
On Ackerman just off on that third shot attempt as well. Five still clinging on to this 5-point lead.
We'll get a timeout here for the Night Owls.
Yeah, I think this makes sense. You know, before things get any more out of hand for the Night Owls, let's regroup, see if we can come out of the timeout, string together a couple points. I think tactically right now, the Fives are playing clean pickleball. They're playing mixed doubles to a T. You see Sincola is covering a lot of ground. He's dictating things, moving the ball around. It's hard to really anticipate what's going to happen. And I think for the Night Owls, they're trying to find their bearing to really get to the kitchen line. We talk about strategy versus not having one, and right now they don't have a rhythm.
It's an excellent job there from Johnson, stepping across, taking a couple of those balls in the middle, really putting some pressure on, creating that pop-up.
Good point construction coming out of the timeout.
Ackerman just running out of time, trying to get up there and grab that one.
Yeah, and the drop shot by Sincola became 3 times better once it clipped the net.
Oh, a swing and a miss there from Johnson. Works out well. That ball goes deep from Phillips.
Yeah, Sincola playing some mini singles there early in that point, and then Phillips saw an opportunity, not able to finish.
A miss serve there from Johnson.
And Johnson still trying to get himself together here.
Another good reach in there from Johnson, putting the pressure on Phillips, down at the feet.
And that spot has been an issue for Ackerman this entire game, and Sincola knows it. He's been really targeting that mid-court play.
Very good construction there from Ackerman. Goes behind Sincola, then gets that ball to roll wide to Phillips. Now she just needs to figure out this transition area.
Ackerman played an out ball from Sincola, but the ball was coming so fast, hard to get out of the way.
So 1 point away here from going to a dream breaker with the Fives having game point. Ball's in.
Oh, that's just great play from the Fives as Sincola had to go retrieve the lob, came all the way back up confidently, and they take this game.
Stayed nice and calm there, going back for that one, and a good ball from Phillips, slipping it down the line. So we're going to heading to the Dream Breaker here on Grandstand Court. We're going to take another short break here while we figure out the matchups. And we'll be right back with more action from this semifinal challenger matchup between the New Jersey Fives and the Las Vegas Night Owls here in Atlanta from MLP by Margaritaville. So we're heading to the Dream Breaker here with Johnson for the Night Owls, Vern for the Fives. And that's not the way you want to start a Dream Breaker right there.
No, it isn't. And look, this is one last game to move on to the finals of the Challenger League.
Oh, it's a big forehand there from Vern, pulling Johnson out wide.
Yeah, Vern's got this look on his face, super confident right now. I expect him to continue applying pressure here. Let's see if Johnson can negate this.
That ball's just wide. Vern thought he had him beat. I think at this point, a split is a win for Johnson here. And he slides that one down the line.
I mean, that was a huge two-handed backhand. But you're right, Chad. For him to come out of that situation 2-2 after losing the first 2 points the way he did, incredible.
So Spencer Smith will go for the Night Owls. Johnson Kohler for the Fives. All right, excellent defense there from Sincola. Thought he was beat.
Crazy defense there, and it's hard to really defend that one-hand backhand from Smith.
I just rushed that one a little bit there from Sincola. And Smith sliding that one down the line. Nice inside in forehand.
Yeah, good job getting his feet in place to hit that forehand. Really held it to the last second. Tries to curl that one in, but it goes long.
So another split. And we've got Emily Ackerman coming out for the Night Owls. Shelby Bates for the Fives. And that net, not Bates's friend.
Yeah, great job from Ackerman getting to it, realizing she had an opportunity, cross court, and takes it.
Yeah, excellent touch there from Ackerman.
After a beautiful ball from Bates, cross court that dropped, was going to drop in the kitchen, but Ackerman really just does a nice drop shot there.
It's too good there from Ackerman.
Yeah, that's a tough miss from Bates being in position at the net. I think she was trying to decide where to place that ball.
So it's a 4-0 sweep for Ackerman, giving the Night Owls a 4-0 lead. Heading into our fourth and final matchup. It'll be Barr going up against Phillips. And that one just catches the line.
Huge serve from Barr to start out, pays off. I think Phillips is deciding if they want to challenge that play. Team advises her not to.
Only have one challenge here in the Dream Breaker. I think we may challenge that one though. Phillips.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable one to challenge there. I mean, this would be a 6-point lead for the Night Owls. Seem relatively close as we have a replay here.
I think that one looks pretty much on the line right there.
Yeah, that one looks like it drops in. Tough for Barr to see that as she's sliding to her left at the same time, but yeah, I would agree, Chad. I think this one is in.
So waiting for video referee's decision here, but it does look like that ball was in. So the call overturned there. The fives keep their challenge. Still have a challenge remaining here in this Dream Breaker.
And Barr is saying referee never called the score.
No, I didn't actually even call time in.
Phillips is ready to go.
Phillips actually got away with one right there by serving before the referee called the score. The ball's just wide from Bart. Yep. That ball's wide too.
Yeah, and a big change of events. It was going to be a 6-point lead for the Night Owls, and now it's a 2-point lead after a call overturn and a potential early serve.
Good court coverage there from Avant.
So he really played that point entirely well, moving side to side.
Another good ball there from Avern, finding the backhand side of Smith. And just like that, we're all tied up.
Oh, it was a great drive by Avern, and he felt that volley would be long from Johnson, just stays in.
Sorry, I think I said Smith before. It looked like Smith's shoes because I can't see the rest of the court.
It's a great drive there from Johnson. I think he needs that. Didn't feel like he played his best there in mixed doubles. Singles is an event that he's really excelled in, so you expect him to play well in this scenario here going into the changeover.
So the Night Owls leading this one 11-9 at the end change. It'll be Spencer Smith stepping up for the Night Owls and Johnson Kohler for the fives. Ball's just wide.
And Sincola was on it. Just great play there from Smith. Nice, patient play. Oh, what a shot from Sincola. Wow.
Yeah, an excellent job from Sincola there, taking that ball out of the air and rolling it quickly behind Smith. If he lets that ball bounce, Smith gets time to get back into position.
Oh, Sincola almost comes out with an incredible shot there. Not able to convert. And Smith doing well now with the 2-1 lead in this matchup.
That one gets away from him. Misses that serve deep. Ackerman took 4 for the Night Owls against Bates last matchup. A little love from the net for Ackerman. Just put Bates completely out of position.
Yeah, smart and patient by Ackerman as well to take that ball down the line.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, we don't really see a lot of ground stroke winners when both people are at the baseline in singles. You just saw it there.
Oh, just wide. It was an excellent return from Bates, but Ackerman got himself back into that point. Just missed the passing shot down the line. So a split here between Bates and Ackerman. Still a 2-point lead for the Night Owls. Good touch there from Allie Phillips. Barr certainly not known for her singles game.
Yeah, and I think this is a spot for the fives where they are really leaning on Allie Phillips to come away with 3 here.
Ball just slid through the court. Nice deep ball there from Barr.
And that's what Phillips cannot do. You want to keep as many balls in play as possible, force the pressure onto Barr. What a point from Susanna Barr.
And Barr throwing the hands up there in excitement saying, yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, who said I don't play singles?
That one just missing into the net. So just heard the announcement over on Championship Court. They're going to a Dream Breaker as well. So both our semi-final matchups in the Dream Breaker. Night Owls leading this one by 2. And it's the 3rd time around here for Johnson and Avern. And just too strong there from Johnson.
Yeah, I think Avern second-guessed that first drive versus dropping it.
A good adjustment there from Avern.
Yeah, great volley.
That ball's just wide.
Yeah, looked like that spot was open, but a little too much angle on that ball. Johnson with a 3-point lead.
And he shapes that one in, which leaves for Spencer Smith to try to close this one out, send the Night Owls to our final tomorrow on Championship Court. Ooh, just misses that one wide.
And Sincola left it. Wow, just a great eye on that ball there.
Uh-oh. 18-20.
Another great ball from Sincola, who looks like he is ready for this moment.
It is tight.
Huge point right here.
Oh.
And Sincola was all over that ball. Just maybe the slight hesitation caused the miss.
So it gives the serve back to Ackerman, looking to close this one out. And she does it. That missed return from Bates. It's the Las Vegas Night Owls Moving on to Championship Friday here for our Challenger pool play. What are your takeaways from this one, Brandon?
I mean, I'm still trying to process what just happened with this entire match. We had so many momentum swings. Teams that were up 8 ended up losing the game. People coming back. I mean, just insane. I love Cirkul at the end, really holding his own. But in the end, look, the Night Owls, they just found a way. And that's probably the best way to put it, because all the pieces didn't work as they wanted each individual game, but they found a way to win, and they're moving on to the finals.
Well, I think that pretty much sums up MLP and rally scoring right there. Is you just have to find a way somehow to score points. Well, that's it for our Challenger semifinal here on Grandstand in Atlanta. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Premier action here from MLP by Margaritaville.